Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We have so much to talk about, and I am going to, within the next 10 minutes of every live stream and every upload, I'm going to try to get to the point, and then I'll, of course, meander and, wander off into different directions. Number one, John Huber was appointed by William Barr to do what? He was appointed by William Barr to prosecute. There's already an inspector general who can't prosecute, who can't indict, but somebody who is just gathering information. We already have a person to gather information. That's Michael Horowitz. We already have that person. So we already have a person to gather information. We don't need another person to gather information. We do not need another person to gather information. Now, William Barr didn't have to appoint John Durham, a man who already charged and indicted and prosecuted FBI agents. He didn't have to do that. John Durham has already in Boston prosecuted corrupt government and FBI officials. He is asking the following questions right now. Why did they utilize a dossier compiled not only with help from Russian sources, but compiled at the behest of Madam Cyberhack, funded by her money? To my super chat, by the way, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Why did they utilize a dossier full of nonsense? Not one claim. I repeat, I have read the dossier. When people tell you that some of it has been verified or it's not been unverified, they don't know what they're talking about. Not one claim has been verified. Not one claim has been verified. And send this segment to anyone who thinks it has. The Steele dossier makes specific, grandiose, absurd allegations. They are clear and specific and direct and categorical. Now, when people say, well, the Russians did influence the election or they did interfere, that's not what the Steele dossier says. When they say, well, the Russians did infiltrate the DNC, well, A, we don't know that. We only have a CrowdStrike assessment and a judgment, not certainty from the government. But B, even if that were true, the Steele dossier does not say that the Russians hacked the DNC and that's it. It says that Manafort, Papadopoulos, Carter Page, General Michael Flynn, Michael Cohen, all worked with Russian intelligence to hack the DNC, and that did not happen. That did not happen. It says that Michael Cohen met with agents in Prague. That did not happen. It said that Carter Page met with Russian intelligence officers. That did not happen. It said that Vladimir Putin and the Trump campaign were working in tandem with one another. That did not happen. It states that there was a concerted effort, a plot with Trump campaign officials and people close to the Kremlin, and they worked alongside one another to hack the DNC and to engage in all of these criminal acts in terms of conspiring with one another. That did not happen. Nothing happened. The Steele dossier was written by Christopher Steele and possibly other operatives. It was paid for by the DNC and by Hillary Clinton. They would never allow the reverse, Trump to pay for a dossier about Clinton. And John Durham is asking, well, wait a second, why did you utilize this? And they hide behind, well, it's raw intelligence, raw. No, it's nothing raw. It's not raw intelligence. He's going to ask simple questions like, why were two of the Mueller team attorneys given the Steele dossier prior to even the election? Why were FBI agents leaking to specific journalists information about the Steele dossier? Why wasn't the Steele dossier classified? If this was used for a FISA warrant, why wasn't it classified? Furthermore, why wasn't it even verified? John O'Brien. The next thing is, who told McCabe that he could leak information to the Washington Post and New York Times? James Comey says that he never told McCabe that. Well, who's telling the truth? Who is telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen, McCabe or Comey? Legendary Dave. McCabe won't testify before Congress. Dems are afraid of the questions that will. That's absolutely right. Mueller won't testify. Absolutely, he will not. Absolutely, he will not. And he can't testify because then they're going to ask these questions. Why didn't the Mueller probe, Legendary Dave, thank you. They're going to ask, why didn't you interview Natalia Veselnitskaya? Why didn't you interview Joseph Mifsud? Why is Joseph Mifsud linked to Western intelligence? Why would you trust the third-party observation of Alexander Downer? That's gossip and hearsay. Why would you be? Why would they be staking out or spying on Papadopoulos even before the DNC hack? Why? All of these questions. Why wasn't Trump informed? In the comment section, in the live chat, tell me, why wasn't Trump informed? He was not under criminal investigation. And why exactly? Why did you know that they knew long before the Zoot Suit? Thank you. They knew well before the midterms. This has all been. So when Justin Amash says, gosh, I'm going to put partisanship aside. No, you're not. No, you're not. If there was a Steele dossier against Justin Amash, he wouldn't be so, let's side with CNN. There was absolutely no reason to think that Trump himself committed any crimes because he never did. That's the problem here. That's a big problem here. That is a huge problem. President Trump was never accused of a crime, so why did they investigate him? Why did they catch him on incidental communication? Why did Susan Rice unmask names? I mean, that's a big one. Why did Susan Rice unmask names? And why did she deny it? Then they say, well, we informed. Why didn't they inform Trump that members of his team were under FBI investigation? That's the whole point. Why didn't they inform Trump? He wasn't under criminal investigation. So when they say, well, they warned Flynn, they warned him about Flynn. No, they didn't. They didn't warn him about any FBI investigation. They didn't warn Flynn. No, they didn't. And Flynn was set up. He should be pardoned tomorrow. President Obama didn't say, you are being investigated. Your Why didn't President Obama explain to Trump that he wasn't being investigated? Or no, that his staff was being investigated. Why did they start a Mueller probe when they knew that Comey's memos were classified? He leaked classified memos. Chokodaji, thank you. One, thank you. So you have to ask all of these questions. Why? This is absurd. It's a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where you are at this point right now simply you're simply engaging in a whole bunch of what they did was, and I explained the legal statute. It's the US 371. It's the statute they wanted to go, and it's the statute they wanted to use against Trump. They wanted to use the statute that said President Trump knowingly defrauded the American people. That actually is what happened with not with Trump, but with Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan. Why did they defraud the American people by creating this grandiose, fabricated, nonsensical, irrational, absurd lie and hoax and myth? There was no evidence. There was no evidence. There was no evidence. And by the way, Bernie Sanders, who is now essentially a Democratic operative, because he knows very well nothing that he wants, from Medicare for all to anything else, is going to be even voted on. The best AOC did was a resolution that was symbolic in nature. But they cheated Bernie Sanders. That's what happens when you cheat Bernie Sanders. So Democrats are like, oh, well, Hillary spoke, and Hillary's running again. We'll get to that in a second. But they're like, oh, well, Hillary Clinton spoke in Wisconsin in 2016 once about the importance of the courts. Maybe you shouldn't use private servers outside the United States government, and then have James Comey cover up your crimes, and then fabricate a Trump-Russia hoax based on the belief that Russia wanted us to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Why would you do that? You are supposed to protect the people of the United States of America. You are supposed to protect people. You are not supposed to engage in this type of thing. Chokodaji! Chokodoggy 1! Chokodoggy! HA, you're one of the most reliable true reporters currently out there. You are a great patriot, my friend. Thank you very much. Chokodoggy 1. What was that? It looks like a Labrador. I can't see 100%. Thank you, Chokodoggy. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate the kind words very much. And my Second Amendment channel, I might transition it to half Second Amendment and half a channel devoted to my next website, which is going to be Defeating TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome. It's going to be basically a think tank. Well, it wouldn't take much to defeat arguments on the left, but everything you need from mainly left-wing sources that undermine the ridiculous statements or claims like, oh, Trump's a racist. Trump, his economy isn't great. Trump worked with Russia, so I'll debunk everything. Chokodoggy, thank you again. Chokodoggy 1. Bud Drake, you're 100% right. TDS is growing. So, I mean, the real question here is not what the IG report will say. The Inspector General report is coming out. The Inspector General report is coming out, and the Inspector General report is going to list all the just every single possible abnormality, anomaly, breach in protocol, breach in guidelines, and possibly recommendations for indictment. So McCabe was just thrown under the bus. But we're all waiting. We're all waiting for the Inspector General report. So here we go. By perpetuating Trump's falsehoods about the FBI Mueller report, Barr has become a kind of threat capable of doing severe harm. You know what they're going to do? They're going to, what they're going to say is, oh, this is the former assistant director of counterintelligence. Really? Did he work with Peter Strzok? This guy's awesome. Yeah, if you worked with Peter Strzok or Bill Priestap, the boss, mainly Peter Strzok, your viewpoint is biased, to say the least. People are perpetuating falsehoods about the FBI. You mean when Peter Strzok said, we'll stop Trump? We will stop Trump. You used a Steele dossier? Robert, thank you. Use a Steele dossier. You use third party gossip and hearsay. Third party gossip and hearsay. My God. My God. Third party gossip and hearsay. I mean, for what? For what? Barr again cast doubt on Russia inquiry origins. Yeah, I love how the media is like, no, this could not be the case. Yeah, everybody knows it was a setup. They framed Trump. It's a bunch of nonsense. Exactly. Ramla Farah. Maybe they shouldn't have texted at all. I agree. Maybe Strocky Poo is like, oh, my love, we'll stop Trump. Oh, Sugar Plum. He's not going to become president, right? Right? No. No. We'll stop him. Surely that won't be indication that we are trying to undermine him deliberately. Like, what more do you need? And then we get these lectures from the left, like there's implicit bias and there's subliminal bias and there's subconscious bias and there's bias that's stuck on your shoe and there's bias that you see but you don't see and there's bias from behind you, there's bias all around you, there's bias in the cosmos, there's bias in the ground. What about when Peter Strzok said, we will stop Trump? Huh? No, that's, everyone has their own opinions. What's the problem? Susie Potatoes. HA, so proud of your channel. Has blossomed since 2016. Keep rocking, little brother. Thank you, Susie Potatoes. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very, very kind of you. And I'm glad you've been watching. And I spruced up the place with my background, changed my delivery. I tried to be so morally uptight, which, I mean, I always had a moral compass, which is why I became a Trump supporter. I didn't stay as a someone on the left because they're still pushing the McCarthy era madness, which is completely immoral. But Susie Potatoes, thank you. But I look back at myself, and it's almost like I was always trying to prove that there was something wrong with the force. Like, look, we're on the left. We're supposed to be against military intervention, right? No, what? We're supposed to be against cheating. I mean, Bernie was cheated. Who's with me? Oh, nobody. Okay. Oh, I'm seen as a bad person for bringing it up. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm the bad guy. Oh, let me apologize to you. No, you took that 2x4 and bopped me over my cranium. Oh, I'm sorry. Are there splotches of red on the wood? Well, that's my bad. Let me buy a cleaning detergent. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. How are your fists feeling as my head ran into them? Ice Guy video and photo. We don't need more. We need justice. Great chat. Thank you. No, I agree with you on that. Thank you. Ice Guy video and photo. Thank you. JB is Neo. Thank you. Can you believe what's happening with the credit cards? I mean, the interest rates. Honestly, I that is a little bit the giving the loans to. I can see where they're going with that. That's actually, I don't have too much negative to say regarding that, but Cat Bob Anderson, hope Hillary. Hillary's running. Listen, this is what they're going to do, and then something's going to happen, and then no one's going to give me props, and that, or like people will, of course, but then there's always going to be people, oh, well, don't you know? Biden had kidney stones. You could never have predicted Biden's kidney stones. Like, no, I told you something would. Biden was going in for a Botox replacement. Hello. That's the reason he took a couple of weeks off, and now he's back, and Hillary's going to run. She's only running because of the Botox in replenishing. Jordan Weinberg, thank you. Thank you, Jordan. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, you want me? You want me to run? But the Russians, they cheated me. They informed the country that I was cheating Bernie Sanders. Bernie already forgave me. Do you really want me? But Biden is so handsome. Biden is so strapping and strong. You want me to run? You think I could do it? You're not upset that I lost every possible conceivable advantage in 2016? With $1.2 billion in terms of 2-to-1 fundraising advantage after cheating Bernie Sanders? You want me to run? I will run. I will run. I'll do it for all the little girls and little boys and all the women, even on the women on this live chat. I'll do it for you. Hillary will do it for you. Clinton 2020! Yay! She's going to run. It is her turn. It's always going to be her turn. So I love the fact that they're like, he's casting doubt. Like, yeah, this is really bad. This is the worst scandal. This makes Watergate look like the teacup ride at Disneyland. It's nothing. He's casting doubt. They're casting doubt again. Mitchell Smith. What is insane to me is the fact that Comey, Baker, Brennan, and others continue to dig a hole via their big mouth. Barr will use this against them. Great reporting, HA. Thank you. Exactly. But at this point right now, the only thing they have, Brandon, thank you. The only thing they have, Mitchell Smith, thank you so much. The only thing they have is the media. So they're utilizing the media. So when they do get indicted, in some way it influences the judge. And everyone, and they think people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, the rule of law." The rule of law has nothing to do with Hillary or her dossier, or her or a third party tech firm. They're going to be like, "Oh, the rule of law, the rule of law." And it's interesting too that all of these people suddenly became CNN pundits. They just suddenly became CNN pundits. Why did Natalia Veselnitskaya meet before and after with Glenn Simpson, a Fusion GPS? I mean, that's an important one to, you meet before and after with Fusion GPS. Why? Why? Why wasn't Trump told by Comey, Clapper, and Brennan or President Obama? Why did President Obama not tell Trump? What did he have to hide? What did he have to hide? Why weren't Mifsud and Veselnitskaya interviewed? Why are there warranty disclaimers on DHS and ODNI? Since that alone is bizarre. Thank you, Ginger. I mean, you ask like all of these questions need to be answered, and John Durham is asking them. John Huber is Sessions. If it was Sessions, would be like, "Why are you asking all these dumb questions? Why don't you mind your own beeswax?" Questions. Why this? Why that? It doesn't matter. It happened. Get over it. He's like, "Get over it, Trumpy. Things happen in life. It's the strong who survive." Trumpy. Karen, thank you. Sam George. They used Russian collusion to frame us, to frame a U.S. president. They used Russian collusion to frame a U.S. president. Leftist logic. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly. 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 I know. That is exactly like, that is exactly, um, I agree with you. They don't care. It's okay. It's okay to them. It's just okay. It's like, so. But again, with Clinton, oh, there's some bias, implicit bias that you don't even understand. You have bias on your nose. There's bias in your ears. There's bias on your brain. You have bias in your hair. You have bias. Strzok said we will stop Trump. He's allowed to his opinion. My God. Bias here, bias there. My goodness. It's like, it's like they don't seem to understand how absurd they sound. They don't get it. They don't get it. And like Sam said, and Mitchell said, they don't want to, they don't care. They do not care. They don't care because they have the media, and that's the thing. They have the media, and I mean, they just have the media. They have the media, and, they can just get away with anything. Revco! The left is so invested in their lies that they have to keep us true. The problem is their lie is falling apart, and that the bill is about to come due. Yes! The bar bill. The piper. They're going to have to pay the piper. That's right, Revco. The bill is due. You don't want to be with people when they're like, didn't bring my wallet. Really? That's the 10th time you haven't brought your wallet. That's bizarre. Every time we go out, you don't bring your wallet. You throw quarters like manhole covers. Revco! Agent Pepsi won! Will Democrats ever be held accountable for anything? Not according to history. I hope Durham bar exposes them, but I'm not hopeful of it. They will be. They will be. They will be. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something also. I'll say this. The media, and I know that people disagree with me, but the media is going to turn. You're going to see CNN. Oh, he ain't so bad. Trump isn't that bad, actually, in hindsight. He's only horrible. He's not the spawn of Satan. Oh, that's a big improvement, but why are you being so nice to Trumpy? A little bit. They'll ease up because they'll be like, we didn't believe the whole Russia thing anyway. They're going to say that. They're going to say that. And about 31458. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. As always. Thank you. I mean, you have these people who, Adam Schiff, how many times did he say he had evidence? He was on cable over 227 times the past 2 years. 227 times. 227 times. 227 times. Wood Girl 7, thank you. Improve Health Solutions, thank you. $227 times, Adam Schiff. We have evidence. We have something close to evidence. We have something that could be seen as evidence from a galaxy far, far away. If you look from the moon to the United States, it actually looks like evidence. We have circumstantial evidence. We have evidence that could be viewed as some kind of link. We have all this evidence. We have a lot of evidence. We have a lot of evidence. You just wait, Trump. You just wait, Trump. You just wait, Trump. You just wait, Trump. Oh, my God. If you type in John Durham on Google, you'll see 2 of my videos. Yeah. And Fox News. Those are the videos for John Durham. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And James Comey. Oh, I love James Comey so much. He's an honorable man. He's very honorable. He's very honorable. He's a salt of the earth, fantastic human being. He's almost as nice as Hillary. Why aren't I 50 points ahead? Rob 589. Hey, H, have you heard much about Obama's surveillance years before the election? Supposedly, there's will give evidence to the FBI. I haven't heard much about it, to tell you the truth. Rob 589. I have not heard much about it. But you always have to find. You always have to kind of ask, like, where did you originally hear? I mean, it could have been, some type of intelligence thing. I haven't heard much about it. But if it's from a message board, don't believe it. Rob 589. I'm against message boards. Nothing good comes from message boards. Nothing. Twitter is a glorified message board. It'll become MySpace soon. The same reasons MySpace ended will be the same reason that Twitter and Facebook finally lose steam. So, and people remember everyone. Almost 700 people here. John Durham took down prosecuted FBI agents in Boston. That whole thing, oh my God, that thing was just out of control. Rob 589, I haven't heard about it, but just make sure it's just you don't, no information from message boards. If there's quote unquote reputable links, so I link to public record sources. Of course, a lot of it's biased, but I embrace that because I'm like, hey, you know what? CNN actually, or Washington Post actually stated that Hillary purchased the dossier. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. They informed Dianne Feinstein. They didn't inform Trump. Why is that? Why is that? John Durham William Barr and John Durham can really, protect this country, save this country from, just corruption that is like, just such horrendous corruption. Larry Clark, why aren't I 50,000 points more subs ahead? But I'm happy. I'm at 140. Bruce Tomaszewski. That's right. I'm giving Durham a nickname, John the Bull Durham. That's right, Bull Durham. The criminal Dems are, yep. They don't realize it though. They don't realize it. They do not realize it. Madam Secretary is running. Ronald Foose, thank you. Madam Secretary is running. Let's see. Let's type in Madam Secretary. Madam Cyberhack. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. Just please run already. Please, for the love of God. Just run already. She's going to. Let's look at the Hillary is going to run again. She has until November. And President Trump announced in June, and you're going to see, Biden, there's already just horrible articles on Biden. 35% he's up. Sanders at 17. Bernie does not have the support within the Democratic Party now. He did before. He doesn't now. Democrats were said to be furious and hungry for change. Then Biden jumped in. It's a diss to both of them. That is so funny. Oh, poor Biden with the liver spots. Ay, ay, ay. The Botox missed some of it. Nothing wrong with liver spots, but it's like, when you have that much Botox, you might as well. Opinion: Joe Biden is not coming back to Earth. Okay. So he's going to run away with it? Yeah, right. He's there to pave the way for Hillary. So there's two establishment candidates, and the establishment says, gee, the guy who didn't even get 1% in 08 in Iowa, or Clinton? Madam Cyberhack. Oh, look at Madam Cyberhack. She really doesn't like Trump. I love when they're like, oh my God, this president is horrible. Oh, the economy's great. Any misstep is like, they have to, like, every negative story on Trump, almost everyone is an anonymous source from the New York Times. Almost everyone, not everyone, almost everyone. Ghost of Hillary Clinton haunts 2020 Democratic hopefuls. This is Boston Herald. Hillary Clinton will not go away. I love that when people say that, like, why would she go away when she runs the Democratic Party? It's her plaything. So why would she even do that? That's funny. Why isn't she going away? Maybe because she doesn't have to. And there's an unbridled quest for power not seen since Attila the Hun. So then why would she? I love, like, isn't it so adorable? Like, Democrats are like, we have a political party, don't we? All right, let's go ahead here. So they're on their speaking tour, which is hilarious. So part of our challenge is to understand what it will take to put together not only the popular vote, but the electoral college, she said. Yeah. Gee, that the popular vote was never really that important. It only was important because you outspent Trump 2-1. When she runs again, everything that I have been saying will be vindicated. Every single thing. Every single thing. Everybody, Truth Hurts 18. I've just uploaded a video of me singing for the first time in 13 years. Would love some views and likes. Check out his channel, everyone. And that's fantastic. Excellent. That's beautiful. Always do what you love. And I'm sure it took a lot of courage and awesome, great. It's just great that you did that for the first time in 13 years. Everyone, give Truth Hurts 18 a lot of support and check him out. Go to his channel. Give a like. Excellent job. Excellent work. Truth Hurts 18. Excellent. I'm actually voting for Bill de Blasio. Bill de Blasio. If you're in New York, is Bill de Blasio, would he make a good president? How many people think that Bill de Blasio would make a good president? Survey says no. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of steam. To my super chat, thank you so very, very much. I will be back a bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, check the channel out a bit later. Thank you so very much. Have a great, great evening. I'll see you soon, everyone. Thank you, everyone.